Hello again, Dr. Dyke Drummond, MD, here with the latest lesson from my new book, Physicians Unchained, Retirement Mastery for Doctors. And today we're going to talk about you, the components of you. And I'm going to bring in an analogy, Legos. You know Legos, those little plastic blocks that stick together and make models and things like that. Well, if you remember, if you had kids especially, or if you ever had Legos when you were a kid, you usually buy them in a box that's supposed to make one thing, a car, a boat, a scene. And you go home and you probably make that one thing once, and then pretty much all the Legos end up back in a bucket in the back of your closet, where about 18 of those different boxes all reside in a jumble around the bottom of the bucket. Well, let's think about us, humans, as being made of various components and traits and preferences and awarenesses like Legos. And think about it. When you were young, you had a lot of Legos. You had all sorts of different things that you liked and did, and then you got honed by the educational process, and then bam, medical school. And you got shaped into a Lego assembly of doctor. Now, I can tell you for a fact that there are pieces of you, pieces of your Legos that never made it into the doctor configuration. There are leftovers, okay? And you've been assembled in this Lego configuration now for decades. But you can probably remember some of these leftover parts. Like maybe when you were in college, you loved photography and you have a 35 millimeter SLR at the top shelf of your closet. Still, maybe you liked performing. Maybe you liked writing poetry. Maybe you liked Jacques Cousteau and thought you were going to be Philippe Cousteau when you grew up and a marine biologist just like Jacques. A lot of us in my age group had that fantasy, right? However, for these decades in the doctor configuration, those parts of your personality, they're parts of you that have been off to the side, idle, not disappeared, not lost, just idle. And one of the things that retirement allows you to do is to break the doctor model all the way down into its component parts and decide just who you want to be in your life after medicine. And you can put the Legos back into a configuration that may have some resemblance to doctor, and it may not. And you always have the ability to reach outside the pile of doctor pieces to some of the older pieces, some of the pieces that maybe things that have been flirting with you that you'd like to try out, new hobbies, old loves, right? And put it all back into a configuration that matches your needs and interests and desires here in your life after medicine. Nothing gets left behind. The pieces are all there. And nothing gets left behind of your doctor configuration either. It's just that you don't have to maintain that rigid configuration that was mostly reinforced by your employment contract, let's admit it. So what ends up happening when you retire is you can transcend the role and the configuration of the Legos that makes doctors. You can transcend it, rise above it, and become something new and as different or as similar as you would like it to be. But no pieces are left behind. It's one of the challenges of having an identity fusion with the role of doctor. You think if you're fused with doctor, what happens is when you think about retirement, you think about an existential threat. You feel like you are coming to an end. It's not you. It's just the doctor configuration of the Legos that was put in place decades ago. Now you're free to build at will any arrangement that you want. It's an opportunity you can grasp and make your own. To live your ideal life after medicine and stick the landing on this life of purpose. And that's just one concept from the book. Go ahead and grab your copy and learn more at a link on this page. Physicians Unchained, Retirement Mastery for Doctors.